Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva I am of the nature that transcends all time. I am of the nature that transcends all space. I am of the nature that transcends everything. I am of the nature of truth. Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva I am of the nature that has no name. I am of the nature that has no form. I am of the nature that has no belief. I am of the nature of truth. Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva I am of the nature that is all pervasive. I am of the nature that is Brahman alone. I am of the nature that is pure awareness. I am of the nature of truth. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva I pick a rose from your garden and plant it in my heart, so I can abide in this fragrance of yours, even when we are apart. You asked us to take the name of Shiva and plunge within, oh, to swim in this ocean of love. How blessed we are. May I pick a rose from your garden and plant it in my heart, so I can abide in this fragrance of yours, even when we are apart. We can no longer hide this inner light. It's shining oh so bright. The only thing burning in my chest is the rest forever. May I pick a rose from your garden and plant it in my heart, so I can abide in this fragrance of yours, even when we are apart. So may I pick a rose from your garden and plant it in my heart, so that a full garden can grow here, and we will never be apart.
Listen, you're more than just bone and skin. Listen, listen to the song of the wind, the graciousness, the spaciousness coming from within. The calm we break a stone, the song we sing is heaven is my home. Heaven, 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 heaven is my home. You feel fall, it's not why you feel fly. You're scared to death to spread your wings and touch the sky. Truth hurts, true, but don't be alive. The greatest lie of all time. There is an end to the end. Listen, you're more than just bone and skin. Listen, listen to the song of the wind, the graciousness, the spaciousness coming from within. I am alone now, yet I am not alone. Heaven, heaven is my home. Heaven, heaven is my home. Heaven, my home. Heaven is my home. Heaven is my home. Heaven is my home.
Vill du veta, ska jag svara? Du behöver bara vara. Bara vara här. Bara vara här. Bara vara här. Bara vara här. Ingen oro, ingen fara. Här finns inget att försvara. Här är bortom samsara. Här är Gud alla Ishvara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Bara vara här. Bara vara här. Bara vara här. Bara vara här. Vart kan du gå? Vart kan du fara? Hur kan du glömma eller spara? Här är det självklara. En sanning, det underbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Kristallklara, uppenbara. Bara vara här. 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 Det är allt jag kan förklara. Du är det uppenbara. Behöver bara vara. Bara vara.
Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Satguru Sri Mujit Ji ki Jai. Very warm welcome to all of you online as well. If you're in the Hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic. And if you're on YouTube, okay, I don't have YouTube open right now. Let me open. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, you can post your questions in the chat and we will look at them. So today is the in-person satsang, so I might not be able to get to all the chat messages. I will certainly attempt to read through all of them. You want to say? Come. Today, don't try to understand anything. It must be weird. Some of you are here for the first time. This is one of those classes you come to where the teacher says don't understand anything at all. Because if you try to understand, then you'll actually be missing the point. I'm not trying to convince your mind about anything at all. But the presence of satsang will speak for itself. So if you walk away with just this sense that something felt real, something felt true, I don't know what it is and I cannot fathom even what he's saying, even that is fine. Because we're not here to pick up new mental concepts. Enough mental concepts. Everywhere we go, we pick up more and more. So who are you without your mind? Who are you without your thoughts? You look at it. What is prior to thought? Who is aware of thought? There's this famous line, which is because we are broadcasting, I should not be so strong. But it says that I think, therefore I am. But is it true like this? What is your experience? First, there must be this presence I am, isn't it? And then the thoughts appear or they don't appear. There is a space between thoughts which you are aware of. Therefore, you still are, but there is no thought. Like this is okay. So, what is the I which exists even when there is no thought? Who is aware of the space between thoughts? Some of you might say that it's very peaceful. In this space between thoughts, very peaceful. Who is aware of this peace also? If you were just the content of your thoughts, then who would be then aware of the lack of thought or no thought? You exist even between, in this space between thoughts. Then can we really say, I think, therefore I am? Or is it true that first I am, then thinking appears? Is there ever a thought without you? Is there ever any appearance without you? For this manifest world to appear, first there must be you, isn't it? Is there ever a world without you? But the mind must love this concept, isn't it? I think, therefore I am. So then, what does it make you feel that my existence relies on this thinking? Without my ability to think, I do not exist. This is what the mind says. But what's your true experience? What's your experience now? Many of you will say that in satsang, the mind itself vanishes. Many times it's saying, the mind becomes quiet. So we say, my thoughts vanished. Does that mean that you are not? So today let's at least expose this myth completely. It is not true. When it is said, I think, therefore I am. It means something else? Maybe I'm mistaken. The great, who said this? Socrates, Aristotle, one of them. Hmm? Meister Eckhart. Okay. But what did he mean when he said this? This is the way I'm interpreting it, is it right? We all heard this when we were growing up and we said, yeah. At best, what it could mean is that if I have the ability to contemplate, then it can make a better person out of me or something. But we are not interested in becoming people. This person idea, which is the root of all trouble. And it's very easy to label it ego and say, oh, I'm not egoistic. So better we use the term person. As long as we still feel that I am a person, this is the sense of separation, the sense of ego. And it's the most arrogant idea. Most arrogant idea. Somebody yesterday they asked me what according to you is arrogance. I said, according to me, arrogance is this sense that I can be separate from consciousness. Yet, in the same breath, if I were to ask any of you, where is God? You will say God is everywhere. Then if God is everywhere, then who are you? And then the mind paints some images. I'm just a small part of God. some nonsense story. And my soul is connected to that big soul collective. Something, some just imagery, just pictures that we painted or somebody has told us. And we said, yes, this seems good. But is this our collective experience? Is this our individual experience? Have you seen this soul and the big collective and us being a part of it, or is it just imagination? Let's drop all these stories and talk about what is here now. Come in front. I won't buy it. I might buy it. Remind me of school and college. So if God is real, then he must be here now, isn't it? What is the point of a God which is coming and going? When I pray, then God comes. When I don't pray, God is not here. What kind of God can that be? Makes no sense. So the reality must be present here now. So the reality is timeless. So then what must we do? The question comes, so how do I find God? And you say God is here now. So what must we do? We must just look at what is here now. Can we just look without buying our thoughts for just a while? Just look. And then tell me whether you see God or not, whether you experience God or not. In the right now. And if the mind is painting a picture for you, then you know that even that is an appearance. I am aware of this. There is an I which is prior to this appearance, which is aware of it. This I that you are, is that separate from this awareness, or is it one way? Getting straight to the point. Anything that appears, are you aware of it or not? So we say that initially the mind will say yes, but that is because I have these senses, my eyes, and I'm able to then take this information through my senses and see this. But what about your thoughts? What about imagination? What about dreams? What about memories? What about emotion? Who perceives all of this? So external objects and internal objects. Who is aware of them? And very quickly you realize that you are this pure witnessing itself. You are not a noun. You are not an entity. You are not a thing. So when we started, actually, I said, don't try to understand what I'm saying. Because the mind cannot fathom this. Mind wants to relate to you as if you are an object, a thing, an entity, a person, an idea, something tangible. And yet this pure awareness is not phenomenal. It is that in which all phenomena takes birth. Is it too abstract? Too abstract? Tell me actually, we have this deal. Because very often, after satsang, I might get some feedback that it is a little too difficult for me, too abstract. So the deal is that if anything you don't understand, then you stop me and say, Ananta, what is this? What do you mean that I'm not a noun? You can ask like this. I love this kind of interaction. But don't let your mind sell you the story that it is too difficult or too abstract. If it is, then you stop me. You'll make it even more digestible. Because this story can get stuck for a long time. Actually, what we are doing is very simple. It should be the prerequisite. Because so many plans we have about our life, we have these objectives, somewhere we have to get to. I want to do this. By the time I'm 40, I want this achievement. By the time I'm 50, I want so much money in the bank. By the time I retire, I should have this. So we have so many plans for the I. We have so many plans for the I. But how many of us really ask this question, who is this I? Is it this body that we are talking about? Is the body interested in how much money there is in the bank? Is the body concerned about how our work colleagues are treating us? No, it is not. Who is this one who is concerned about relationships, about body, about money, about even freedom? Who is this one? Can you find this one? Because we've been catering to it for so long. Even now, if it says, oh, it's just too hot today and this is too weird, I think I'll come back later, something like this, you might just buy it without asking, so who is this one who's speaking? And who is this one who's listening? What magic is this that we never ask this basic prerequisite? There's this constant voice in our head and we never question, who is it that's speaking? It says, it's you, it's I. Then who is it speaking to? Why do we need a voice? We need a voice to communicate. So why would I need a voice to communicate with my own self? So this trickster voice, this voice of the ego has convinced you that you are a person and you must make the personal life better. The life of the person must get better and that is your goal. And yet when you search for the person, you cannot find it. We were joking once, we said, $100. $100 prize for anyone who can show me the person. We cannot even find this person, then why do we have so much personal desire, personal goals, personal ideas? I'm not saying any of those are wrong, but at least let's establish the existence of this person. Worthwhile or no? Who feels it's not worth?
It's worthwhile or not worthwhile is also being said by
By the
thing which is coming.
yes. But you will find that this is another trick of the mind. It will say that, okay, even satsang is an appearance. So why do I need to come to satsang? It's like this, isn't it? Very quickly it will figure out what are the ways in which this dominance of the mind does not get threatened in any way. And it starts first saying, oh, you're so attached to the Guru, even this attachment should be dropped. So first this thing you will say, okay, first I'll drop the attachment to the Guru. All your other desires and other things, they will stay. This is a classic trick of the mind. But the actual answer is that you will find that there is a qualitative difference between just thoughts and words that arise from intuition or the Satguru, whatever word. What is the qualitative difference? that this mind will always have a need about it. It will always be born from some need. Deserve this personhood. It will have some sort of grasping. But what comes from your heart, from your intuition, will be accompanied with the presence of love and peace. The voice which you find, if it is accompanied with some love, peace and joy in your heart, that voice you can trust. And nobody is saying that what is being said in satsang is true, by the way. None of it is true. They're just concepts we're using to remove prior concepts, and then all concepts are thrown away.
Maybe for something arises from insecurity.
No, the need for something truly arises from this notion that I am separate from the rest of this consciousness. Then there can be a sense of me and the other, or me that can acquire something. So who is this one? The key question is, who is this one that can have a need? Whether it's insecure or not, or very secure, who is this one? No, really, who is this one? Yes, so do you have any desire or not?
Yeah.
This one who has a desire is who?
The mind, the ego.
It's not you, basically.
Yeah, it's not me. That I just
So it's not your desire.
No, it's my desire.
So if that one which has the desire is not you, then how come the desire is yours? I'm not trying to confuse you with words.
No,
It's very simple.
actually it is not my desire.
Yes. But
But as you said, it's been made up that it is my desire.
yes. But who is this mind?
That mind which is constantly speaking to me.
And if I were to say constantly speaking to who, would that make sense to you?
I
Sounding like the Advaita police, I know.
Yeah, I can detach from that thing, but I can't go beyond.
So this presumes that you can be separate from yourself, and you have to do something to become yourself. Does that make sense logically? So I know that possibly what happens is that sometimes there are two conversations happening. One is the voice is coming from here, the second is the voice which is coming here. You know, like Mujiji this time was saying that I'm talking to you and your mind is going la la la. Something is just trying to distract you. You have to work through this a little bit. Because the words I feel are very simple what I'm asking. But something there is probably resisting it. So the first question was, do you have desire or not?
Yes.
Then who is this you that has a desire? And don't believe something in your mind and be afraid to expose it in satsang. Whatever you believe, you expose.
Why only, I think my inherent belief to have acquired something.
Yes, yes, this is my, who is this one?
Something which has directed me. Which is speaking to me.
That which is speaking to you is you, or that which is being.
No, that is not the speaking.
You realize that how, I know it comes across funny, but this is how we are living actually. We think I am speaking to myself and I am having, we have this duality inside us. This voice which is speaking and the voice or the one that is listening. We never contemplate who is this. Which one am I? Is it the voice which is speaking or the one that is being spoken to?
The one which is spoken to is actually
Right. So the one which is spoken to. So now this one has it will got anyone. This voice which is speaking inside your head, let's say, has it got anyone to peace and happiness? You know so many people. You find anyone who's at complete peace and happiness. So if it doesn't work, then why do we continue to follow this voice? And what is it always saying? Just do this and you will be happy. Get this and you will be happy. Find the perfect partner, you will be happy. Find this job, you will be happy. Get the money, you will be happy. Does it happen like that? Does the happiness come, except momentarily? And even the happiness which seems to come momentarily is just a relieving of the tension that the desire had. So desire creates some stress in this thing, and when it's fulfilled, we let go of that desire, that stress, and we feel relief. Just a little bit. And then it says, now this. Somebody will say, I want to own the fastest car in the world. And then they will buy a Bugatti or something like that. And then they'll say, okay, they got the car. Then they say, oh, now if I can only change Bangalore roads and traffic, then I could really enjoy this. Never enough. Never. Nothing is ever enough for the mind. And this desire for future, we're letting go of what is here now.
Is it fair to say that this movie is trying to tell a story about myself from when I was born to now to future, and it's trying to design this future self also,
Yes.
but is somehow distorting it immensely.
Yes. So you're saying this mind is the me, you're saying.
I'm saying the me is a collection of all of these things, which also includes the mind. But the mind has more power over the other aspects,
What are the other aspects?
body, observer, soul, whatever the non-entity entity. Uh, and basically just the fact that we live in a timeline that, morning happens and night happens gives you a reason to create a story to tell yourself that you are this.
So let's go with what you're saying. You say that there seem to be various aspects to me. There's this body, there are my thoughts, there are my other emotions, various things. And there is an awareness which is aware of all of this, isn't it? Now, just see whether you can, where you are in relation to this awareness itself. So there's awareness of this external world, and also there is awareness of the internal world, of thoughts and other things. So this awareness, are you separate from it? Is there any way in which anything that could be appearing, anything, either inside or outside, is there any way that anything appearing could touch this awareness? Could touch it in any way? Could have any sort of interaction, point of interaction with this awareness? How? Take an example.
Um, it is awareness only. So when it is observing, when it is aware, it is a reaction to a stimulus. Like,
So is the awareness reacting to anything? Just look. Don't refer to any knowledge. Just look now. You can check. So you can see that there seems to be this world here in front of the eyes, and there seems to be a world behind my eyes, of thoughts and other. So let any appearance come and see whether awareness is actually reacting to anything or actually in effect touched by anything else. Is it moving at all? Is there an entity who is aware? Does this awareness belong to some entity? Now, Master says, can the perceiver be perceived? Is there an owner called you who owns this awareness also, along with the other aspects that it has? These appearances are constantly changing. Constantly changing. You say this is waking state. When you have a dream at night, we call it the dream state. There is no difference. There's a body. There are memories of that life. There are thoughts about that person. And there it goes on. All this which is available here, we are also experiencing the so-called dream state. What is unchanging? The one that is aware of waking state and dream state. The one who also says that I enjoyed some great sleep last night. Sometimes I jokingly asked, how do you know that sleep is different from a blink? You say, I was also not there in my sleep. And who knows that you were not there? There was nothing. But you are aware that there was nothing. Just like you are aware of the space between your thoughts. It means you are this unchanging one, who is unconcerned even with this world or any other world which appears and disappears. And you have to do nothing to be this awareness. How can you become awareness? Because you cannot even stop it. When you stop witnessing now, this witnessing is ever present. And if I were to ask you what is the space between you and this witnessing, you will say there is none. It seems like I am this. And then you see what I was saying is, you are not an object, you are not an entity, you are this pure seeing, this pure witnessing itself. And therefore we can look at all of this play very simply and say, all there is awareness and appearances. And appearances also emerging from awareness itself. You don't have to strain to understand that. Even if you can see it as just awareness and appearances, simply. There is no appearance which can actually touch awareness, can touch you or hurt you or harm you, do anything. You are like the space. I think that you are the space in which this space is born. Not even to say this space is accurate. If time and space are born, I say that they are your grandchildren. So there is a presence of I amness, the presence of beingness, which is consciousness, which comes in what we call the waking state or the dream state. And in this, we have these forces called time and space. So nothing in time and space can actually hurt you or touch you. And yet we are convinced that something is happening to me, this happened to me, he did this to me, she did. Yet we cannot find the me, this me that something happened. Some of us have jobs, so when we go to work, we're very upset, my manager shouted at me. And then we say, okay, what is the me? We'll say it's the body. But the body is not upset that your manager shouted at you. The body is unconcerned with you. So who is this me? It's just a set of beliefs. Only a set of concepts which we have believed. You as consciousness, as beingness, have the power to pretend. This is the power we call belief. You have believed all these concepts that you are this person, you are a nice person, this is the way to behave, not to behave. All these are just concepts of you. And these concepts are constantly changing. So if you think about 5 years ago, say, I was so different as a person. What does that mean? It means that the concept that you were carrying at that time were different from what you are carrying. So when we expect a sense of stability from this person, which inherently is unstable because only a set of beliefs, that's why we are constantly disappointed with this personal idea, personal life. How can stability come from something which is inherently unstable itself? So I say that you are this awareness. Now you have to prove me wrong. Show me how you are something else.
Realization of awareness is also puts that there's something beyond.
If there was something beyond awareness, who would be aware of it? So something magnificent is there. Magnificent God is sitting on some throne. Then you see this Virat root of God. Is the awareness of it greater or is that object greater? So what entity can be greater than this pure witnessing itself? If there is something prior to awareness, who would be aware of it? And just to see what is this awareness I'm talking about, is to ask yourself this simple question. Am I aware now? What is seen? Ask, are you aware now? What is seen? Something seen?
You say you need to be witness.
No. I said there's nothing you can do to stop this witnessing. Therefore, there is no need to become a witness. Maybe there's this thing, you must become the witness. You tell me how you can stop being the witness.
So when you're witnessing, still an entity.
Which is being witnessed or is the witnessing an entity?
You are witnessing something, so
Yeah.
you're the witness. But you're the
No. That's a presumption. So that's a leap from where we were. We came to the conclusion that the witnessing is here. Whether there is a witness or not, you have to tell me. The mind will say, isn't it obvious? There's the witnessing, so there must be a witness. I'm saying, no, let's look at it. Can we look and find this witness? Who owns this witnessing? Can we find that one? Just don't go with any presumptions, even if it seems like a silly question. Look and see whether there's really a witness entity. See? Just one sec, I wanted to check with them. Somebody is complaining about the sound. How bad is it? Is it inaudible? Then I can try and do something about it. But if it's manageable, it's all right.
I didn't notice anything wrong with the sound. I think it's fine for me.
Okay, so it's manageable. Let's presume it's manageable unless someone says otherwise. It's fine. Okay.
Mind person.
Okay.
My daughter is in deep sleep. For her, I don't exist in that state. But I'm in awake state. She exists for me.
As what?
As my daughter, as a matter. For her, I don't exist for that.
So can we say as appearance or not?
I could not understand the vintage points. How can I say that I exist for her in her deep sleep or not?
No. So when you say she exists for me,
Yeah, but I didn't exist for her.
yes, but for you she exists as what? As an appearance, isn't it?
Yes.
So
How
it's,
come consciousness at the same time?
it's not that confusing. It's only about you. So suppose this was a dream. In the dream you have a daughter who has gone to sleep. So what happened to that consciousness of the daughter? The same consciousness. It's all your consciousness. There's only one being. Many of us pick up this idea that all of us are individual separate beings. All is projected in the light of this one being, sense I am, including this body, this expression of consciousness, is all the same consciousness. Okay. So daughter exists when I am exists. No daughter exists when no I am exists.
It's teaching the frame of consciousness and goes into her.
Yes.
I don't exist.
Yes.
Still I exist here.
No. So if you change the frame, then you have to change it completely.
Right.
See?
Right.
So when you go to sleep, the world goes to sleep.
Yes.
That's changing the frame completely. If I say, but you go to sleep, then what am I still doing here? Then I'm not changing the frame, right? Then I'm still in my frame.
So my doubt was that when you say that when you go to deep sleep, or the sleep sublime, the state where even the concept of I amness, the presence doesn't exist. But could I divide and then think about it? Also, I don't exist.
That one is sleeping.
I mean, in the state where everything is no presence, I want even not sense of presence is available.
Okay.
So I don't exist for it.
Yes.
Still, I can see. So what is different? I couldn't understand what made him to think about that.
Just think about this like a dream. Then everything will be clear. You have a dream in which you have a daughter. In the dream, the daughter goes to sleep. What's the problem? You know, all is still just a projection of your own consciousness. That's why we keep saying it's all about you. It's not about you as a person. In the presence of your being, this entire universe, this realm exists.
So you are a projection of my consciousness.
For you can say that.
That is subjective for everyone.
There is no everybody then. If you take that frame of reference, then there's only just you.
The appearance and it's based on the vintage point where you stand. That's what my point was.
Yes. There are two vantage points you can say. One is pure awareness, which is unconcerned with any appearance or lack of appearance. And second is the beingness itself. I am that I am, which is the vantage point of God himself. To say that I am in my life, this whole world is appearing. When I turn off my light, the world is appearing. All other vantage points are just imagined.
The existed at the same time.
Yes.
When I was
Yes.
awake, she was asleep. It exists at the same time.
She is just in the. Okay. So this I know can be misconstrued. So if you're not relating to this, don't attack me about it. It's only for those who want to have this kind of discussion, because I've seen that, if he said that your daughter is just an appearance, where is his compassion, all this rubbish can come. So because you are interested in this discussion, I can tell you that because you are present as the sense I am, as beingness, in the light of that presence, the entire universe, including your daughter, is appearing. And what that appearance is doing is also in the light of your consciousness.
There's a little story to this.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I
No, I
share?
don't.
So there was this king.
Maybe this because they don't hear you so well. You want to come up? Nothing will happen to you. Just the mic.
Here's mine. So there was a king, and he had a child and a wife, and he had a happy life. And he went to sleep one night, and in his dream he dreamt that he had 7 sons, and they took over more kingdoms, and he, uh, you know, made them into children and then teenagers and then adults, and they grew up and they had these kingdoms that they conquered, and his kingdom grew because of that. And then he saw them die in war as well. He saw all of these 7 sons one by one get killed. And then he awoke and he was like, I'm extremely sad that these 7 sons of mine in my dream had to die. And then he goes to his own child in this so-called real life or waking state, and that child was sick. And his the effect that that had on him was lesser than the effect that the dream had on him of the death of his so-called 7 sons. So I guess that, in some sense, explains the appearance effect.
Very much like a yoga Vasishtha.
Yeah, I don't remember where I read it. It's just cute.
If you read the yoga Vasishtha, there's so many of these. It seems as real, as potent. Just to play of appearance, play of this Leela, Maya, whatever you call it. But you and reality are still untouched by me. But the fact is that if you don't resonate with these concepts of Maya and illusion and all, even that is completely fine. You don't have to, for freedom it is not required that you first see that all of this is just appearing in this. Even if all of this seems completely real, you cannot show me the person. That much I can tell. This body is real, this chair is real, this body, all real. But where is one person I cannot see. As long as that is clear that I cannot be a person, I cannot find even this person, then no trouble can come. You will lose the ability to suffer. Grief can come, pain can come, all these things can come. But this mental suffering, just through belief in thought, will not perpetuate. What happened? It's okay.
You have understood everything clearly. Why does it need to be reinstated again?
Because there comes a time where it stays like an intellectual understanding that I have understood, But we never still look at this I who has understood. We're still catering to the I who wants to understand without looking for this I really. So that itself becomes a defense for the ego. The mental understanding or the spiritual understanding becomes the spiritual ego. I have understood. Who is this I? We still haven't looked. So that's why I said understanding, not so much value. Just a simple looking, even momentarily, if you just look, you find the I. You see that there's an awareness here. All that seems to be appearing. I can find no difference, no change in this pure awareness. I must be this. It is seen, not a mental understanding. It's a simple looking. You don't have to understand that the sun rises from the east. You just have to check. Like we study so much astronomy just to come to the conclusion that the sun rises from the east. Better to just go and check. All knowledge will make you knowledgeable, but it will not make you free. So what is true right now? This is like checking for the sun. Where is the sun rising from? When you check now, what is here right now? You can start, even if you say, right now, I'm just here and these others are here, you can start from there. If you don't know where to go from there, we can do it together. But you must have the courage to say, I don't, I cannot create that I don't know for you. For me, that I don't know is gold dust. The I know is troublesome. I have to work through so much knowledge. You're open to admit I don't know, then we just look together and I feel it will be very clear. Oh, it's better when I'm closer. Closer. The question is actually very simple. What is here right now? Because what is true must be here now. It cannot be coming and going. That much is easy. No? Truth must be true all the time. It cannot come and go. The self that we want to realize must be present all the time. Otherwise, it's a worthless. The God that we want to realize must be here now. Then, what is here now? The world is here. The world seems to be here. His body is here. Your body is here. My thoughts are here. Emotions are there. And there is an awareness. There is a perceiving or a seeing of all of this. Okay? Are you closer to any of these objects, or are you closer to this perceiving itself? Yes, with little openness, you can actually look. What is the distance between you and this seeing, between you and this perceiving, you and this witnessing? What does this seeing look like? When I ask, are you aware now? What do you say? What do you say? Are you aware now? You aware now? You can only say this if you have given the question to mind. Even if I ask a kid, are you aware right now? He say yes. Even your mouth saying, I have no idea, that you are aware of, isn't it? So awareness must be here. It's only confusing to the mind because no phenomena is seen to confirm this. See, when I say, are you aware now? You cannot say, yes, I saw it. Because there is no it to see. It is just known. Awareness knowing itself. Awareness being aware of itself. This is the only non-phenomenal experience that you can have. All the rest comes from phenomena. Even your own presence, I am, can seem like a phenomenal experience in comparison to this. So awareness, just aware of itself, without any movement in phenomena. Don't try to do anything at all. Let go of all effort. Don't try to even control your attention. Don't try to control your body, your breath, your attention. Leave everything completely free. Don't try to control your thoughts. Don't try to think only good thoughts. Let all thoughts come and go. You don't engage with them. Don't give them your belief. Freedom is this openness. Just this openness. No resistance. Just open to all that is arising and going. No sage is carrying a heavy burden of knowledge. Mm, mm, Not even knowledge about the future. Many come to this feeling that, oh, the sage knows everything about the future. Nothing like this. Just automatically, sometimes some words will come from your heart which seem to be like this. So just part of the play. It has no significance. You can hardly remember the past. Only carry the future. Abhay has a very nice video about this. The myths surrounding enlightenment. So that you feel that, oh, now the free one, no, he doesn't need to sleep. His body needs no rest. This ability to have these supernatural capabilities, cities. Do you remember anyone? There are many myths that have been, what happens is that there's so much devotion. So when the life of a sage who has passed on is captured, we write it with so much devotion and love that it's natural to want to exaggerate a little bit and say, oh, he never got angry. No anger ever came. Had an awakening when he was like 3 years old, and his whole life there was no anger. We want to write like this as disciples. But I feel somewhere that this is also a disservice. Because we must capture it as it was. So it doesn't create this false expectation that freedom is only possible for the 1 in billion. It must be seen that you are free now. You are free now. Bondage is only imagined. And all gurus have said this, all teachers have said this. Of course, miracles do seem to happen, something which is completely, the probability being 1 in a trillion or something, these things happen, but it's nothing. It's not relevant to what is being discussed. Just don't allow your mind to make some idea about freedom which seems so inaccessible and far. It's here now. Because if you're waiting for the fireworks, then you will always then say, okay, I had this beautiful experience, but when I woke up the next day, it was gone. What did that mean? You're saying I was free yesterday, but today I'm not. Who can show me bondage right now? Seriously, I'm asking. In this very moment, where is the bondage? Then, now, in this moment, without believing a thought, it's only some suffering, only some bondage. And a thought is always about past or future. It's not now. So you can pretend to be bound by picking up any of these thoughts. You can say, I got it, which is also then bondage. Yeah, I don't get it somehow, that is also bondage. Just pretend bondage. Yeah, I know all of this stuff, bondage. I don't know any of this, I can't understand. Also bondage. Not really, just pretend. Why? Because we picked up the I, the person I. When we thought, we pick up the person idea. The premise of all thoughts is the person idea. Even when the thought says, I am God, what is it saying really? That as a person now, you are God. God has no need to say, I am God.
You used to give that analogy that the eye is like a chameleon. How can you
Yeah, it's the chameleon eye. So Mujiji has this analogy where he says that this I is the chameleon eye. So this, he says, the devil says I and God says I. Say the body is I, say the mind is I, you can say the sense of being is I, you can say the pure witnessing is I. Use this I as a handle, as a label for all of these. The absolute must be that from which all these phenomenal I's seem to appear. Isn't it? Absolute must be that which is untouched by any of these phenomenal I's. The absolute I must be this pure witnessing itself, pure awareness. And calling it the absolute makes it seem inaccessible. That's why I want to make it very simple for you. You want to experience this absolute I, just see, am I aware now? I wonder sometimes whether you get the question. It's simple, it seems so simple, this question, am I aware now? But in this, all of this game can unravel very quickly. It's so clear that awareness is here, that I am aware, and yet there is no phenomenal experience which is seen. Therefore, awareness, this awareness will be prior to any phenomenon. And what can be aware of awareness? Must be this awareness itself, which is. What is left unanswered then? I am aware now. I am this awareness now. That which is aware of the presence and absence of consciousness itself. So I want you to hear what I am saying. Why I am saying this? Because I could be saying ABC and your mind could be making it XYZ and you could be listening to XYZ. Don't do that. That's not required here. You don't need to interpret anything. The interpreter will only cause trouble. What I'm asking right now is, are you aware now? And you see that it was not a phenomenal experience. Right?
My civil consciousness rising. This,
You did like that?
with today's context.
I'm not sure what we did the other day, but we'll see what comes up now.
Well, this one
You said what? Consciousness.
first statement that it strikes me was, even with this awareness that we are reporting, consciousness, we are aware of even the consciousness.
Yes. Yes.
Not really see it.
Yes. Yes. So for that we don't need too much. You tell me if this does not work. I asked you and you heard it before, but pretend as if it's fresh.
Yeah.
Can you stop being now?
In slow and cut being in small pieces. What we do.
Can you stop existing now?
What did I check?
Yes, you have done it. How were you so sure about the no? Why can you not stop existing now?
Because of that.
Yes. So this I is what? I which is here is
My awareness that I say is based on sense perception. Is it correct?
Is it based on sense for a second? Suppose you had no senses. Would you not be there now?
I would see.
You see it as a
My clothes and still I feel on my skin.
the sense of beingness, the sense that you exist. Is it felt as an external check? Okay, then if you feel like this, you can work with that. You just check.
Yeah. Very good things.
It seems like it is well. Where is it? Sense of being, the sense of here-ness, of existence, where is it felt? Everyone's here with me? The question was, can you stop being now? And we were quick to say no. Of course not. Not stop being. Why? We're looking at why. Why can't we stop?
You can see. I observe my thoughts.
This which sees, that which sees, is that the same as being?
Yes, in my definition, it's clear.
No definition. Look, just check. Is that which sees, is that the same as being?
Same
As being or existing or here?
Sense of being is the waking state.
It's present in the waking state.
That if I was sleeping, I would not be able to say yes. So that
And yet you are there to say that there is nothing there. Not then, but later. So first I am, then my body is, whether it's this body, some other body, dream body, whatever. First I am, and then the world is, whether it's this world or some other world. This I amness has to wake up. This I amness waking up, there is nothing, there is no phenomenon. That's why we say that this is the immaculate conception. That which comes from non-phenomenal presence. Beautiful how it relates to some religions. The immaculate conception must be that which comes from non-phenomenal, something which is non-phenomenal. All appearances come from the presence of beingness. So if we say beingness is phenomenal, primal phenomena, Om, Atma, I am, whatever word you call it, it is the primal phenomenon. So from that, all that appears. But this Om, this Atma, this sense of being, this I am, where does that come from? Does that come from phenomena? That's why I say that it's the immaculate concept.
how could we develop that we cannot come because we can't control it and we can't say where we
No, we can see that the sense I am, in the presence of this I am, there is the presence of all these other phenomena. No other phenomena exists without this. All of this is, all this play of appearances is happening in the light of this I am. See? But this I amness is not moving except when it dissolves into awareness itself and sleeps. See? So that's always doing. It's like a light coming off and light coming on. So this, what is prior to this, is only the pure awareness. When we say, am I aware now? We've seen that the awareness is here, it's just not even, you cannot give any attribute. For beingness, at least you can say it's so peaceful, just something, you can sense it, you can sense the presence of being. But even the sense of awareness is prior even to this sort of sensing. Just a very simple looking. And leaves no residue. So when I say, stay with the unassociated presence of being, you say, oh, that was so peaceful, so joyful, love was here, bliss came, like this you can. But are you aware now? Nothing. There's no residue to it. The love, peace, joy are in service to your being. Awareness is actually nothing to do with even any of it. That's why when you experience yourself as this awareness, the most common response from the mind is, oh, that was it. That was all the fuss was about. Then you're like, I accepted some major bliss, some major something. Just a simple, sober seeing that I am the seeing itself. It's very beautiful. If you just look at it like this, see the pure seeing is there, then the presence of being arises for some reason, and then the presence of being, you have the powers of attention, of belief, of identity, of time and space, and all of this gravity and electricity, all of this comes into play. Of evolution, yes, there's so many of these forces that come in. It's very funny to me when sometimes they say that in America there's this big debate about evolution being contrary to God. Which is just shocking to me because for evolution to be there must be a supreme intelligence that keeps track of, okay, so this is what's happening, therefore in the next generation it needs to evolve like this. Because if the people are dead already, then which committee is deciding that the next gene will look like that? There must be something which is supremely intelligent to keep track of all of this. So how can evolution be anti-God? Really funny. What is that supreme intelligence which knows?
At the same time, it's not that.
Yes, it's not like working at doing this. Yes. Effortless being.
I was reading this on the net with someone question about Robert Adams' quote. It says that when you start dreaming, did you create anything?
Yeah.
The dream plays out, it has all the elements of life in it. And when it's over, you wake up. But you didn't start it, you didn't end it, you didn't create it.
Yes.
So the same thing, transformative actually is
Yes.
parallel to
Yes.
what we
And in the
call
dream, we are still saying, I did this, I should not have done this, I could have. Only after we wake up, you realize it was just happening. It was just one big happening. It's the same for this life. If you were to check and find, is there a doer here? And it doesn't exist. It's the same question. Is there a person?
the amount of time and energy that goes into figuring out how existence came into being is actually quite.
How being came into existence.
Know how the Big Bang theory and blah blah blah. It's actually the same aspect of the others that not.
So the Big Bang theory now in the last month or so has been debunked quite a lot. In fact, so, but I'm feeling to say that amongst all the trivialities that we do, to explore all of this is not too bad.
So can even see the I am.
Yeah.
So even that is not real actually.
Yeah.
You can't find the
Phenomenal.
awareness is there and you are awareness, but it's not anything.
It's not a thing.
It's not anything. It's happening all in space and time. So actually there's nothing exists.
Yes. Yes. This is right. Nothing exists and nothing has ever existed. So don't go around telling people. This one, this like this has to just come as insight like this. If you hear like this, what is she saying? What is she saying? She's talking. Just flower from within. Consciousness itself is coming in you. Therefore, consciousness itself must be nothing. And then the children of consciousness obviously are nothing. That which comes from no thing must also be no thing. Just be dreamed up, imagined, whatever you want. Okay, let's check quickly if there's some questions online. Atma says, Father, yesterday it was such a great moment of feeling of vast love that I am the source of love and love itself. This night and morning there's such a strange feeling of nausea and a bad feeling in the body. Seems like something old wanted to leave. Very often happens that after a vast expansion, this feeling of non-well-being in the body comes. But now it does not last for long. And we now can see that awareness is completely neutral to even beautiful, sublime experiences full of love or the most, nauseating experiences. So if freedom was just to do with one particular state, like we read again in books, that this one got freedom and then they were just blissed out through the entire life. Not like that. Because you need to taste the contrast to be able to taste even bliss. If you're just eating sugar all the time, then how would you know that it is sugar? You will lose the taste for everything else. You need the contrast, you need the black for the white to be there. So the ups and downs are part of this tasting of life. If all the fruits tasted the same, it would be so mundane. But this doesn't mean that you as awareness are getting affected by any of this. You are aware even of the tasting of life. You are aware even of the phenomenal perceiving of life. The phenomenal perceiving is happening, and yet there is a deeper awareness which is untouched.
Like awareness is beyond the body.
It has to be that the universe is the body of that awareness. Just digest that for a second. It's very, very important. All that is phenomenal can be said to be the body of this dynamic. The dynamic aspect of this awareness itself is this phenomenal universe. Universe, multiverse, whatever you want. Okay, so she said, it will not last for long. Atma says, also feels like body is aging faster in these moments. Yes, tell me about it. My beard has become so much grayer since I started satsang, I can't tell you. I wonder why that is. Is it not become much grayer? Not the universal body, just this one. Then Atma says, it feels like such a vast space that I felt I was. Like I'm coming back to a smaller shape. I know it's not true, but it feels like that. Yes, now don't even rely on feeling. Just go with what you see. If you rely on thoughts, if you rely on feelings, then again you will come into trouble. When you say something like it is settling, yes. There can be time where you feel like the entire universe is inside you. And even that beautiful experience goes. It's completely fine. Nikki says, any advice on transitioning isness into daily life. Once you see that your daily life also has been run by this one, this consciousness itself, there never has been a person. So what it seemed like your question is that so far a person has been running my life and now it should be just being. But actually it has only been beingness because no person has ever existed. So even that you don't have to worry about. All of this is your own play, your own grace. Nick says, with you on the aging bit, the cogs and wheels not running so smoothly. Yes, I know about that also. What oil grease should I use? It's all the master's problem. It's all Mojiji's problem. Then Nick said, seems, mind says, if I stay quiet, all will be taken care of, including perfect health restored. Not like this. It doesn't have to be perfect health according to mind's idea. All the sages also have got diseases. Bhagwan's body got cancer, isn't it? So don't go with any of these concepts that freedom means that the body will become a certain way. Just because you are free, your car will not get upgraded from a small mini to a huge limousine or something like that. It will not happen like this. This body is just an instrument. It has nothing to do with freedom. And the one who has given this body is also taking care of it. You see? But do not confuse these words to mean that I'm saying you just neglect your body or something. If there's still a sense of doing which you have, don't hear it like Ananta said, just ignore the body. I'm saying that you are completely neutral. You are neutral. And the body will move in exactly the way it is going to move. So if you find that the body is walking towards the hospital or a doctor, it's walking towards the hospital. If you're just laying on the couch all day, it's just laying on the couch all day. So don't use this as an ego defense for some lethargy or laziness. Very quickly the mind wants to grasp these things. Very good. Isabella? Oh, Jenny is with Isabella. I see. Oh, both of you are together. Wonderful. And then you want to ask? Unmute and ask.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste, my dear.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes?
I posted this the last time when Shivani and you had the conversation about the question, are you aware now? But it didn't come up in Satsang. And I just wanted to bring it again because it was very much the theme of this Satsang. Whenever you ask the question, am I aware now?
Yes.
Something inside just... And yeah. It doesn't
It's bound to. Because it's bound to do this dance so that you get distracted again.
Yes.
You see? But let me ask you now, are you aware now?
Yes.
Yes. And was it a phenomenal seeing?
I don't know. I can't even say that I know what. I just know I'm aware.
Yes. And you are sure about this?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what awareness is.
Yes.
I don't know what awareness is. I don't even know what awareness means.
Yes. And
but I
yet
know that
Yes.
I'm aware.
Yes. And this is very good because nobody can know what awareness means or is. Because knowing from the mind means knowing conceptually, you see, or knowing phenomenally. Yes. But awareness is prior to all phenomena.
Yes.
So this itself is very powerful to be able to see that it's so clear that I am aware, and yet I don't see a phenomena, I don't see anything, I cannot understand it, yet it's completely clear. And this one that is aware of awareness itself, this is the same awareness, which I am.
There it goes, but then I don't know, maybe I'm just not getting something there, Father. And I know that's like the I that's not getting something, but
there is nothing to it actually. Because just in this interaction that we had, I asked you, are you aware now?
yes.
Who is aware that you are aware?
I'm
are.
aware that I'm
Yes.
aware that I'm aware.
Yes. And this you which is aware, is that a person?
No. No.
So it must be then prior to the person, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. It is prior to the person. Yes.
And you are aware of awareness itself. Because you said, I am aware that I am aware.
Did I?
Yeah. Okay, so let's do it again.
Yeah.
Are you aware now? Now don't give it up
Yes.
there. When you go up there, then
Okay. Yes, I'm aware now.
Very innocent. Yes. And who is aware that they are aware?
I'm aware that I'm aware.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Just contemplate this. Just contemplate this line for a while. I am aware that I am aware.
Okay.
Don't give it to the mind. Contemplation does not mean you say, hey buddy mind, what do you think about this now? It's not that. Just to get into the depth of what was seen. Just see. There is an I which is aware of awareness itself. There is an I which is aware of awareness itself. How far is it from this awareness? This I is also this awareness itself. This can be checked, you see.
The mind's really trying to come in and understand, Father.
It will.
It's
So
really
this is the
trying to.
chopping. See? The mind is at the guillotine now. Its head is
Yeah.
going to be chopped. So obviously it will dance around, try to do something.
Yeah. I'm not leaving you.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not leaving you, Father.
Yes.
Okay. The I that is aware is not, no, it's the same thing.
Yes.
I don't know how I know that, but I know it's the same thing.
You know it. Not mentally, you just know it. It's a primal knowing.
Yes.
You seeing
Yes.
and
Yes.
whatever. Can you leave this I? Can you become something else?
No. No. It's not possible.
And now the mind is saying all kinds of things. Can it make you something else?
What the mind is saying, I don't know if I got it.
Yes,
But
yes.
it does.
Let it keep saying what it wants. Let it keep saying what it wants. Don't resist it, but don't give it any belief. Oh, I don't know whether I got it. Oh, I really got it this time. This time I better not fail. All of this is just nonsense. Let it go.
Okay.
And now what is here?
It doesn't make any difference to this I.
Yes. Yes.
This I that is aware, it doesn't matter.
Yes. And can you become some other I? You cannot.
No, no, not possible.
You are always this awareness itself.
See, as soon as you say the word awareness, mind starts to say, but what is that awareness? What does that mean? That the whole word awareness,
Yes.
it
The
creates.
mind wanting to understand awareness is like a child wanting to go to the moon or something. You cannot send it there.
Yes. And I know that. I know that. I just want to bring this this game that gets played. Every time this question is asked, the mind tries desperately to understand what is awareness, so it can be awareness, so that it can somehow, it can survive.
Yes, but I'm well aware of this game. So let's leave the game aside.
I know.
Let's leave this game
Yes.
aside. And then now what is here?
It's just this, Father.
Yes. Is it a disappointing just this?
No.
No. It's just this.
So if I go back to the question, am I aware? Okay.
As simple as this. Very good.
Thank you, Father.
Very well. Enough? You're good? You're good or no? You're good or no? You feel okay or no?
Okay.
No. You look a little upset with me. Lately, I've been getting this feedback so often that, like this one also told me the other day that you've been backing me since. What?
Very subtly back. You want to know it, but it's very good. I had a question.
This is more like yes.
Where a problem comes. It's a problem. Very much connected to the identity.
Yes.
And the problem.
A problem is only an appearance if it's not connected to identity. Can we put it that way?
It is connected to the identity. And now this understanding also is there, but these two are false.
Yeah.
False is not exactly false, but they do. It touches in the sense that there is a certain emotional color attached.
Yes.
to it.
But is emotion also touching you?
It's not touching. But how do you handle it?
Who?
This problem.
No. How does who handle it?
You say we can't let allow consciousness to handle this.
Who says?
No, because I
Who?
one person.
Person.
No, that identity.
Do you want to put on the identity hat and ask me? Or? It's clear.
Yeah, I seem to be on that hat and asking how do you handle this situation? Every time I say, oh no, I'm aware, and this is false, this is appearance.
No, this is still the person trying to put band-aid. No?
Yes.
And the person is saying, I am aware, I am God. All this doesn't mean anything. It's not what the person is saying. It's what about you. It's all about what you are seeing, not saying. See, so instead of trying to apply this band-aid of I am awareness, I am consciousness, just in that moment you check what you are.
So the problem is there.
No, no. Is there still a problem after you check what you are?
It is not there.
Yeah. And that is a problem.
That's not a problem. But that thing is that I will face that problem.
Who? Then also comes, I have to face it. Ask yourself who you are. Identity doesn't exist, so it cannot face anything.
I'm in the sleep.
No, you're not in a sleep.
In the sense that I don't know how to
Who?
handle it.
Check. Something check. Again, if you give it to the mind, then again problem. Right now, who are you?
In this context.
No, no context. Check right now, really who you are.
Yes. I do the self-inquiry and
So self-inquiry is not a long down process. No? When I say, who are you? Immediately you see that you are this awareness. Okay? Now speak from there. Because that is the real you. No? Do we want to talk about imaginary things or real? Oh, so that is the real you. Now speak from there. But we already said that nothing is a problem. It's only an appearance unless there is identification with it. So who is the one that is identified? Is it awareness? Then who is?
the idea that this habit of being one role, and to that role that is a problem.
And who created that role?
The context of the waking.
All is, there's only one cause for all appearances, which is consciousness itself. So consciousness itself chose to be identified as a particular role. So let consciousness deal with what happens to that role. That is called surrender. So either you inquire into it and say who is it, or you just surrender it, say it's consciousness is problem. In either case, the person has no role to play.
Yes.
If the person does not exist, and you know this. No appearance is a problem unless you speak as a person.
So we allow
Yes,
allow consciousness to handle that situation.
yes, that is called surrender. And true surrender is to see that there's always been consciousness only who's handling. So this concept of allowing also is then dropped.
It's all the same concept.
But not just like words. You have to see that this is just. When waking state comes, then all these appearances come. And because I'm identified as a particular role, therefore it seems like a problem. What you say problem, Jaya says no problem. Right? If it was real, it should be a problem for all of us. It's just that you are identified as that person of that role, and hence you say it is a problem. But where is that person? You cannot find.
But there is actually no problem which is problem for all.
Exactly. That's why there is no problem. But when you believe that, let me try telling you that. When you believe that you are grappling with some serious problem, I come and say, there's no problem here. But actually,
Then action has to be taken for that situation.
we're back to action. Who is the doer?
It's very tough at that
Because
time.
you're trying to remember it, understand it. You must be able to check it. In this moment, you check it. It's simple.
This moment it is not going to bother me.
Which moment? It's only this moment. All is
When
only.
that situation comes,
Then who
at that time,
who does it bother?
at that time, the thing has to be handled.
By who? She always starts like this, very dissatisfied with my answers, and then
As
she will.
demand, it's a demand.
After 10 minutes, she'll be like, yes, all is clear now.
Small thing I can handle. Big thing I cannot handle.
Right.
Handle in the sense.
Okay, then you expose it in satsang. What can't you handle? You expose it. Yeah, you have the courage to say, I have no secrets from the Sangha, I will expose it.
No, there are no secrets.
That's it. Look
Not
at
that way. But I can.
what is big problem for you?
The problem is that my junior who joined later than me
Yeah.
is being shown as having more service than me.
Yeah.
And I have to sign there saying that I
This is
accept
true.
this. Accept not in the sense of accept, but I have to sign them. And then today I said, I'm not going to sign. I'll put in 27, so you write that 27, then I will sign.
Okay.
I thought that and came up.
Good.
Then next moment, you're going to be, you're supposed to get identified with.
No, no,
The
no.
moment
This is identifying as the free person. This one is saying, now you are free, therefore you should not be identified. This you is free is who? What action had to happen, happened.
Yeah.
The one who is regretting the action is just your mind.
I'm not regretting the action.
Yeah.
Its repercussion will come next from Bangalore. That time, how am I going to face it?
That the one who decided to do that action and took the action pays the repercussion also. It's like easy for you to say.
No, no. I'm just even if there's injustice, you keep quiet.
I didn't say. You yourself are saying that now you should not have done this.
No, I'm not saying I forgot. At that moment, whatever response came from me came.
Yes.
Okay? But now, on Monday, when I'm going to face it,
Yes.
should I allow the injustice to go on and
No.
sign it?
You allow whatever has to appear to appear. That is all you can do anyway. I can tell you 10 things you should do. When you go there, what is going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no point deciding anything.
No, but you always, there are two options here.
And how do you decide this one? Some with which we had this conversation earlier are smiling very broadly now. But we can look at it again.
Because she has
Suppose you have two
and
options.
taking over it.
You have two options.
Yeah.
How do you pick?
Sign or not sign?
How do you pick?
I feel like I have put in more this thing, so I should be honest to what
Then, so that thought comes. This is the mother's voice speaking.
So that thought came.
This thought came.
And I did that. But that will have repercussions.
First, did you create that thought? Suppose the thought could have come, okay, all of this is okay, I'm retiring anyway, forget it. That thought could have come. Did you create either of these thoughts? And if yes, how? Create the next thought and show.
Yeah, I'm in between.
How? Create the next one. What raw material are you using? How are you putting it together?
Next thought is the other option.
The next thought which will come to you now, how are you creating it?
It's coming from the the thought that I had put in so much of service and all this flashback is coming.
Coming from where? Are you creating the flashback? So it's either it's coming or you're doing it. You have to check and see what is true.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Therefore, you are not creating it.
No, I'm
And you then hence have no control over which thought will come. The thought could also be, I'm just going to quit. If somebody comes and tells me anything, I will just quit. That thought could come. The thought could come that, okay, this is all okay, it's all disappearing. Or the thought could come that this is injustice, I will fight. I will stay and fight. Any thought can come. How do you create it? So it comes. See, and once it comes, you say, this is what I believe. Before the thought came, you had no concept like that. After the thought came, you say, this was my thought. So already you now see that thoughts are disappearing and disappearing. After the event, you say that it was my thought. This much is okay? Then you said, because this thought came, I took an action. How? So the thought came, I'm going to quit. How do you take the action? Right now, your face has this expression, you're nodding your head. How are you doing all of this?
from what mind is telling.
Yeah. So what is the connecting link? Who is the one that is moving your, brain cells to fire or whatever is happening?
The awareness.
Okay. Yeah. Consciousness. Consciousness is doing all of this. Then consciousness is not doing the rest of it. It's doing everything. And what are you fighting against? Consciousness fighting against consciousness. So you're fighting yourself. Now you're just nodding because I've confused the hell out of you. You can take it slow. It's okay. I'm just giving you this food so that you can just digest it and see. Because we have this concept that I am the doer of my action. First you had this very clear concept that I am the thinker of my thought. That went away very quickly. It's the second one which causes most trouble.
And my mind is saying that you are including too much of space.
Huh?
My mind is saying that you are including too much in its space of what it says.
It's a mind space. Yeah, obviously his job is to fight me, because it will be over if you keep coming like this to Satsang. So it will fight. It will fight. It will paint all kinds of scary images for you. It is, no doubt about it. Sometimes you could be sitting very blissfully and have a smile on your face, but I can sense internally something is still fighting. It has happened that sometimes you say, oh, I love you so much, I just want to be at your feet, but inside you're feeling, I don't want to come back to Satsang for a few, months, years if possible. I feel it. Completely understand. Because it is the job of this mind to fight. So you are not the thinker of your thought, that much is clear. So let's keep it that way for today. Otherwise it will fight with him so much, I won't see him for a few years.
I still cannot accept the fact that I am not the doer of action. That it's still not sinking in. Though with all this clarity, seeing that all this is not nothing, I am just this awareness which is not having any dimension, no nationality, no religion, no thing, all that I can make.
Yeah.
And yet, I cannot get rid of this idea that I am not the doer of action.
But can you believe the idea? You cannot believe both things. You cannot sit on two chairs at the same time. You must either believe that you are awareness, or you must believe that you are a person who is the doer of their action. What do you believe? Right now, what are you believing? I would say that you tend to believe what you see for a fact right now. You see? We tend to believe. So if we see, like we keep using the sun example, if we see the sun rising from the east, then we don't need any belief also. We just see for a fact. So if you see right now that you are awareness, then it's just the mind speaking nonsense. Isn't it? Ultimately, it has to be said like that.
It boils down to that.
It boils down to that. Because what addresses you as a person is only the thought. Nothing else, even in appearances, is addressing you as a person. It is dancing around for your enjoyment, this whole appearance. Any thought is saying, you must do this happening to me, all that. Just thought. Nowhere have I said, in all the satsangs you've come, have I ever said you must now have a passive existence? Because existence will play the way existence has to play. It is only your mind saying, oh, now, will you say that now, because I've seen that I'm free, I should not fight any injustice? But I've never said that. Whatever fighting has to happen will happen on its own.
But somewhere you measure between two dualities.
Okay, so suppose you do, but tell me who this you is.
Again, that mind is.
It gives you this impression that I'm evaluating two different options and I have picked this. Which is also a thought. All actions are happening exactly the way you're nodding your head without any personal intervention. Pure consciousness. See, why is it? I find it always funny now because I was in the same place. But I find it funny now to see it's so clear that we can see that there is no person. Huh? But it's so difficult to accept there is no personal doership. How can there be personal doership without a person? Personal attachment, attached to the idea of person.
So I'm not guilty.
It's also called because condition to think in a certain way,
Right.
condition to think this thought, but if you don't use the thought,
Yes, but even this choice making is mythical.
yeah.
Even this process of choice making comes from where? Who's doing it? Whose choice?
To go with the thought, it's anyway from conditioning that the choice is
Yeah, but even the thought, that's why we say that it's not a personal choice whether to give belief or not. This belief, when we say don't believe your next thought, is also consciousness which chooses to believe or not. Belief belongs to consciousness. Nothing belongs to the person. The person does not exist. Yeah, do you like those things? I know it's very long.
The next thought is also a thought.
Yes, it is a thought. But stay with this one till you drop your belief in all the others. Let this be the last thought you drop. Like Bhagavan had said, somebody came and asked him, how long should the inquiry be done for? So he said, as long as there is a sense that there is an inquirer, must continue the inquiry. Very quickly this thing can come out. Who is there to do the inquiry? So ego defense actually, for the ego itself. Yeah?
Very clever questions.
Yeah.
Here's one. How can you say that you are awareness? I know that it is not experiential, that's why I'm saying this question. How can you relate that awareness and you if you are awareness?
What do you see yourself to be? When you check.
Exactly. I'm not able to transcend awareness.
Yes, because there is no transcending required. You are that right now.
Yeah,
So there is awareness of the external world. There is awareness of your next thought which comes, next emotion which comes. There is an awareness of this. So let's start with asking, am I closer to these objects or am I closer to the awareness? That's what you can check. So
I feel that I'm closer to the sensing part.
yeah. You can say sensing, knowing, aware, seeing, all of the different terms out. Then just see how close, what is the distance.
I can see that I am comes to me. That is
You are this what? This sensing. This,
yeah, sensing quality.
this is what you are speaking. Can something pull you out of this and make you the content of what is being sensed?
But how can you say that you are that?
That's what I'm not saying. So I'm not saying you have to say. So if there is no distance, no separation, then can you be an appearance or can you be only this? So you said that how can you say? I'm saying you must say now. So you say that it seems like there is no distance between myself and this witnessing or this awareness. So if there's no distance between you and something, you must be that. So now what are you saying you are? Doesn't matter what I'm saying.
And see that I didn't trust this.
Huh?
I didn't trust with seeing. I
You
thought
didn't trust.
something else.
No. This now is the mind's words. Why? Because the mind wants to have some sort of tangible phenomenal experience.
This is good enough for me. It feels so.
Yeah.
But still, I can sense some doubt.
So it will come. These energies can come. That's why I say that. That's why we have satsang often. If it was just like this, that in one moment you just see, and anyone can see in this moment that they are this pure witnessing itself. But yet, this mind will fight back. It will say something. It will put some doubts. It will say all kinds of stuff. And that's why we need to repeat satsang.
When you come down, should I go through the exactly same mind that we did select different state? Or still I feel the doubts are not doubts?
Simplest is just keep coming to satsang. This, the words which will appear will automatically, in the presence actually will automatically thin all this mind, doubt, energy, take care of it.
Because I have a similar problem. I had similar problems. I feel all collection of information and memory goes away anyway, memory go away. So the doubt based, the understanding based on memory will go. Again, you are in the same starting point. Unless and until you realize it won't become.
Yes, even don't believe that you got somewhere else. You've always only been this. So the mind tries to trick you by saying, okay, now you got it. And then tomorrow it will say you lost it. It's a trick, it's an old primal trick of the mind. It's the same stuff. We were saying no, the other day that Parvati was reading from Talks with Ramana from 1932. And the questions are exactly the same as we get in Satsang. Same. I have intellectual understanding. I feel that I found freedom, but it seems to go away. Same, it's the same stuff. It's the same guy, same ego. The mind will try and convince you that now you got it, I can do this on my own. Just be wary of this voice.
Exposure.
Yeah.
I feel that I should be given. All this should be done by me. I should be able to do by myself.
The inquiry must be done by you.
It's more of an authority rather than surrender. I feel authorized that I should do it. Why somebody should tell me? Should come to me.
Yeah. So even when this comes, I must be this investigate, use this for your own inquiry. What is it saying? I must do my own inquiry. To start with this, I must do. In this way, you outsmart the trickster itself. Where does the trickster get its intelligence from? From your own being, consciousness itself. Okay? So when the trickster is playing one game with you, saying, I want to do this on my own, all of this, start with this as the inquiry. Okay. Use all of these tricks of the mind as fodder or fuel for your own self-inquiry. Jyoti is also there online. We just said, and she typed, Anantaji, there is a struggle at work. I feel I have to be a person to push myself to work. I have to think to work out how to best execute a task. Please help me how to be in work. Okay, so we all say this, that I became a person. Now, Jyoti, you become a person and show me how you did it. Oh, no. Is your mic on? No, now it's mute, my dear. Maybe disconnect this device and then we see with the computer itself. No, no audio, my dear. Maybe you can type. But the question is very simple. Because we get this fear many times that I became a person and I became a person. How can you become a person? At best, you can say that I pretended to be a person again by believing my thoughts. So what needs to be done? Just don't believe your next one. Just typing them. Good enough for today. Dinan is still awake and with us? Oh, there she is, yes. Okay, before that, Jyoti says, I get involved and I cannot say as awareness or may be not watch while at work. Actually, you cannot ever become anything other than awareness. What you mean is just that my attention now seems to go more in the external appearances when I'm at work, and I seem to believe that I am the content of these appearances. But in reality, nothing is really happening. Because attention can jump around like this, it's fine. Just when you feel that some suffering is there, Just stay with this simple pointing. Just don't believe your next thought. In this moment, some space, some peace will open out, and then you will find that you are this simple witnessing itself. See, the mind is taking you back to the past, and then it will take you to the future. What happens on Monday when I go back to work? It has great trouble with the now. You see. You can never become a person. You can only pretend. No person has ever existed.
It's like Maharaj's Guru and told him that just stay with I am. It actually works in the same way I feel don't believe in myself. It's just so hoping that something starts revealing itself if you just stay with that. I think all the dots start connecting to that presence or something because you can't help it.
I feel that. Firstly, thank you for reminding me. It's Maharaj's birthday today, his Jayanti. So, all our gratitude to beloved Nisargadatta Maharaj, with great pointings. It played an integral part in so many of us. So many. Satguru Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj ki Jai. Maharaj used to talk about this particular pointing, which was just stay with the sense I am. And this, I'm a little reluctant to say, but even this seems like a little bit of work to me now. Because to try and control attention and to make it just stay with the sense I am, seems like it is some effort. But belief is much more simple. So even if attention is going from I am into appearance, it's going here, it's going there, wherever it is going, if that does not have any impact on it. It is only the belief in our thought which makes us suffer. And as we are not believing the next thought, then all this truth, whatever is here now, is revealing itself. But if you can, it's good. If you seem to have some mastery over attention, then we can just put our attention to this presence of beingness, and this your presence of beingness, then all this mind chatter, all this seems irrelevant. Okay. Okay, so just last one before the naming starts. You surrender all your actions to consciousness itself. You surrender your life at the feet of the Master, at the feet of consciousness, whatever you like to say, and let him be responsible for all that occurs. Okay, so you become. Piyush and Dinan, I've asked for new names. And some of you here for the first time, some of you might be watching also for the first time, might have some confusion or some disturbance when it comes to this naming thing. I know a lot of families, especially you will see now, I will have some trouble with this new name thing. So just to explain, and maybe you can show them a recording or something. There comes a point for many, it doesn't have to come for everyone. There comes a point for many in the journey that they feel so much love and devotion for the Satguru that they say that even what the world refers to me should be from his mouth. That it be a word from his mouth. So that this feeling comes from this sense of surrender. That I surrender my life, everything at the feet of the Satguru, including the identity with the world visible. Comes from this pure place like this. And from my perspective, I can tell you that the name will come. Like for him, he was there, and we gave me a hug, and just the name came. And since then, I've been struggling not to call him that name. Sometimes we come like this. Sometimes you look on the internet, you find you're hearing a bhajan and the name comes like this. But what is the name that seems to fit? It is something which resonates with your energy and something which is the flowered state of your energy. So it is something which is already in resonance with what I feel with you, and something which then with the power of the name itself, with the charge of the Satguru in the name itself, will shower even more. That is the blessing with the name. So that's where it comes from. So this one, Piyush, I was going to refer to him by his new name. So Piyush and Dinan have asked with this, and very playfully, we don't have any too much formality in any of this. So I have very, if I say so myself, I have very beautiful name. And the name I have to you is Shiva. Do you accept this name? Now, pick up one piece of camphor. All that is happening in your life, let it be like piece of camphor and be surrendered in the fire of Satsang at the feet of the Master itself. May none of it touch you. May completely just be the witness of all that has happened in your life. Also, now one more, which is all that will happen in the future also. Even the new identity. Even the new identity itself is surrendered at the feet of the Master in Satsang. And it's now the Satguru is talking. So whatever happened in Shivan's life is also surrendered. So from this day on, at least in the Sangha, you will be referred to as Shiva. Jai Shiva.
Jai Shiva.
And you can do the same ceremony as a proxy for Dinan as well. So this one is very beautiful because with some, they're not great with words. They're not great at expressing their love, And there can always be the sense of fear that, oh, does he realize how much I love him? Does he realize? But I know, my dear. So all it takes is for me to just look into your eyes, and I know. So I have a beautiful name. It goes out. I have a beautiful name for you as well, and the name is Radhika. And Radhika actually means Radha. which is the greatest name that a devotee can have, that a beloved can have. So may your love for the Satguru in your heart continue in this way, and in this beautiful love and surrender, all the insights, all the truth that has to be revealed will reveal itself, is already revealing itself. So do you accept this name, my dear? Now, you will put this piece of camphor in the fire to denote all that happened in Dinan's life is now surrendered in this fire of satsang, in this holy fire at the feet of the Master, surrendered, and all that will happen in the life of Radhika also is now surrendered in satsang. It is all the Satguru's problem now. You are forever free. So from this day, at least in the Sangha, you will be known as Radhika. Jai Radhika.
Jai Radhika.
His head is like mine actually. This is another one. You can keep this with you. Then I'll give you another one. Or we can give this to Dinan when she comes. Keep this to myself. For a few days it will be between Piyush, Shivam, Piyush, Shivam, Piyush, Shivam, then it will settle to Shivam. After a while we'll forget what the original name was. This would be Dinan, Radhika, Dinan, Radhika. Then we forget the happen with. Like somebody called Shivani Louise the other day. And for a minute I was Louise. Okay, now we can meet and greet everyone. We can chant. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Radhika.
Jai Radhika.
Congratulations, Radhika.
Jai Radhika. Jai Radhika.
Jai Radhika.
Jai Radhika.
Shiva. Om Namah Shiva. Shiva. Shiva.
Love you, Father.
Thank you, my dear. I was looking for this other Om Namah Shivaya chant.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. Jai Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Father.
Okay, my dear, we can play the invocations now. If you have them.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa, Mokshamulam Murjichi Kripa, Mokshamulam Anantaji Kripa. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramya, sarve patrani pashantu, makashit bhak bhavet. Asatoma Satkamaya, Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, Mrichurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Paramastu. Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shri Satguru Murji Ki Jai.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you all so very much for joining us today on this auspicious day of Nisargadatta Maharaj's birthday. Thank you for joining in Satsang. Guru Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Guru Shri
जय
Jai.
माता जी की जय
Jai.
Jai.
Jai. Jai. Jai Shiva. Jai Shiva.
Jai Shivam. Jai Shivam. Jai Radhikam.
I was saying Muji created Parvati and now Father created Shiva.
Okay, my dear, we can turn the broadcast off now.